Hey, it's Chris Liege Games. Board gaming has stopped being about a hobby that you can afford reasonably. It has started becoming a arms race in how much can I make you pay to feel like you're getting an experience? How much can I make you pay to feel like you need to get it in order to have the experience? How much can people make you feel like you're missing out unless you're paying Godzook's amount of money, right? When it comes to things like this, or it comes to things like this, or when it comes to things even now more lately like this, what is it looking like? These crowdfunding campaign pages are just becoming more and more lavish, more and more over the top, and more quotes, basically making every game out to seem like it's the end all be all of that genre, and there's absolutely nothing that compares, that relates to it, that is even remotely close to it. And unless you spend literally 5 to 7 to even 10 times the amount of what a similar game would cost you, you are going to have this absolute, utter, huge, massive gap in your collection and a missed out experience that is just the most incredible thing ever. Boom! Right? Have you been feeling that lately, like I have? Like these just utterly over the top situations across the board where it's becoming more of the reality rather than the fantasy. When I think of this, it reminds me of a phrase that I have heard used in healthcare. Better care at a price you can afford. And I think that applies this. Better games at a price you can afford. And that seems to be the opposite direction of where we're going. Now, don't get me wrong. Things like this are going to be out there still on a daily and weekly basis. But that is not where the money is, literally, figuratively speaking. And so, where is this hobby heading? How do you feel about that? I mean, to each their own, right? But when we're talking inflation in the outside world, we are seeing what I would call mega inflation going on in our hobby from a deluxeification standpoint. And don't get me wrong, some of these things are very nice. Some of these things are, absolutely necessary with the product quality components that go along with stuff. But I'm not talking about those. No, don't try and make that argument. I'm talking about the stuff that is clearly not done for those reasons. Double layered player boards, slightly improved chits or cardboard quality or cores of card linings. Sure. Occasional metal coins. But really? Really? And I say this as someone who's not a collector, right? As someone whose goal is not to collect these games to say that I have them, to say that I have this exclusive or this particular version or this particular upgrade, right? I've sold a bunch of that stuff because if it doesn't get played, you know what? I have better stuff that can collect dust on my shelf in that sense. But especially with the rise of crowdfunding over the last 3 years, the rise of the tide of hype has reached incredible levels to go along with the price point. And to be clear, again, I'm not talking about the price point that's going along with, okay, well, I expect prices to rise. I know there's inflation outside of this market, and there's just across the board going to be more issues and more costs and shipping and blah, 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 blah. I'm not talking about that, folks. You know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about this. And at what point is this bubble going to burst? It's not now. I'm not telling you it's going to be now. People have been putting out videos, or people have been talking about this on Reddit for years. Oh, I think the crowdfunding bubble's going to burst. Oh, I think the board game thing's going to burst. No, we're not there. We're not there. But it worries me what's going to happen between here, where we are, and where it's actually going to happen. Where we are now seeing, and I think this is sort of leading to that point, where, 25, 50, 100, 150 $1,000 is no longer enough to make your game, right? right? I can't compromise on what it needs to be. Well, really? You can't? You know, no one looks at Spirit Island and goes, well, that's a good thing they didn't compromise on the quality of those miniatures on Spirit Island, right? Otherwise, that wouldn't be a top 10 game in Board Game Geek. Oh, wait, no, they don't say that whatsoever. Games that are really good, gameplay that is really good, is what matters. Oh, what won Spiel this year? Oh, that's right. Oh, it's a good thing they didn't skimp on those miniatures in Cascadia. Oh, that's right. Oh, doesn't have any miniatures. Oh, but they have these cool, all big wooden meeples that go. Oh, no, wait, they don't have those either. Oh, but how could they put out a $30 game then? I don't. It's because you don't need all that other stuff. It's nice. It's fun to look at. It's aesthetically pleasing. It's a bigger thing for me to show you on my video to hype you up, to get you the most hyped, to get me the most views. But is it really what's best for you? Is it really what's best for the hobby? I mean, I'm not arguing against that stuff. I mean, look behind me, look around me. I got plenty of that stuff. But at some point, it's going to reach a saturation. And where is that going to lead us? How are things going to change? I don't really know. I don't have all the answers. But I'm saying that it needs to be thought about more, because I'm seeing more and more crowdfunding campaigns cancel. When I'm looking at these crowdfunding campaigns, I'm going to use an analogy here, a car analogy, to give you how I feel like this is going, right? If you're driving your car, you're getting on the entrance ramp to go on the highway, right? And you're getting on the entrance ramp, you're speeding up, and as you're starting to get ready to merge, there's the entrance lane next to where the highway is, right? And you're always looking in your rear view mirror, looking over your shoulder, going, okay, is there a car coming up alongside that lane that I need to get into? If there is, you need to either speed up to match and get in front of that car before the lane ends, or you need to slow down and adjust. Or that car needs to do one of those things too, right? But what I'm seeing is I'm seeing very little of the adjustment on either thing. I'm not seeing people being as selective, if you want to take that as you, the consumer, being more selective in terms of, you know, okay, and I'm not seeing as much of the designer or the publisher side of things going, oh, we better scale back some of this production. Nope, we're full steam ahead. I'm just going to look straight forward, blinders on, and this is going to be what it's going to be. And maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not seeing a lot of business models change. I'm just seeing a lot of people saying, I can't get the funds I need. And I understand that. But your vision being what it is, if your vision doesn't match the reality, that's a very, very tough point here that we're dealing with. And who's going to compromise first? Is it better to get your game made and have slightly less deluxified components? Or is it better just not to make your game if you can't have all of the deluxified components with it? Again, I'm posing that out there as a question for the community, not me saying I have all the answers. And things are just going to have to start to give somewhere. People are going to continue to pony up the money, and it's going to be more and more and more. And if you're going to pony that up, people are going to capitalize on that from a publisher side of things, from a designer side of things. But if that's the case, then you can't be shouting at the rooftop saying, I don't like the prices of these games. They keep going up. You know, it's the whole vote with your wallet thing, right? But if people see that, okay, well, they aren't willing to do this, then do I need to scale back my grand design in order to get it published? Push comes to shove. Where are things going? I don't know. This has been hanging over me for a day or two, and I wanted to get it out on camera, see how wrong I was or not, and just put it out to you guys. So there you go. Mid-year rant. Angry board game guy rants at internet. Get off my lawn. I got nothing else. That's the end of this one. Stay classy. Have a great day. Let me know what you know in the comments. See you around.